Daniel Sports Central, we go over a college football game preview and prediction on the 2023 Kier Bowl matchup between Appalachian State and Miami, Ohio. Two teams that have had great seasons getting to this point. Miami, Ohio, 11-2 on the season. This team just won the MAC, and this has been one of the more dominant defenses really in the country down the stretch as they take on App State in the Kier Bowl. The Mountaineers 8-5 on the season. Not quite as good of a record as Miami, Ohio, but the way the Mountaineers have played down the stretch, this is definitely a dangerous team. We'll be going over a full game preview and prediction on this matchup here today. Let's get started with their team trends. Miami, Ohio beat Toledo 23-14 in the MAC championship, and this team really has played at a high level down the stretch. You consider they lost their starting quarterback back in late October. Brett Gabbert went out for this season. This team hasn't been quite as good offensively down the stretch, but the defense has really shown up, and that's what's been most impressive for this Redhawks team. But as for App State, they lost to Troy in the Sun Belt Championship 23-49. James Madison would have been in that position, but obviously they're ineligible, so App State got that opportunity and got blown out in the end. But the way this team has played down the stretch, though, outside of that game, this team has really been improved this season. They started the season 3-4, and really, after they lost to Old Dominion there in late October, seemed as if bowl chances for this team were pretty much out the window. But this team, for whatever reason, down the stretch after that Old Dominion loss, they found a way, and this team has been really impressive down the stretch. Games be on Saturday, the 16th in Orlando. Kickoff is 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Spread's going App State here by 5.5, which might surprise you, considering Miami, Ohio just won the MAC. They're 11-2, and App State is an 8-5 team that just lost their conference championship game. But the truth is, for this matchup, is that obviously Avon Smith, the second-string quarterback for Miami, Ohio, is already in the transfer portal. So their starting quarterback for this current time is gone. So Miami, Ohio is going to be on their third-string quarterback for this matchup, which looks to be Henry Hessen, which we really don't know much of him, but we'll see how he can play in this matchup. And obviously, so for this Miami, Ohio offense, that is going to be a challenge for this team, not having their second-string quarterback, and it's already been a bit of a struggle offensively down the stretch, and App State is known for their excellent offense. This team has scored a lot of points down the stretch, but your over-unders 47.5. The FPI is also going on App State's side, 52%. Look at the bowl history for both teams. Miami, Ohio, this is their 13th bowl game. They are 6-6 in their previous 12. They have been in bowl games 3 of the past 4 years as well, losing last year, but winning in 2021 and then losing back in 2019. As for App State, they didn't make a bowl game last season, but before that, this team has had some consistent success. They're 6-1 in bowl season, winning in 2019, 2020, but did lose in their last matchup in 2021. Your stat comparison, Miami, Ohio, 81st in points per game. This is once again a strong team defensively, not so much on offense, and that's even in the first half of the season. This offense kind of struggled, and then it doesn't help to lose your starting quarterback in Brett Gabbert. And Avon Smith down the stretch has been okay, but nothing too special. So obviously for this offense, the passing game has been a big weak spot. 115th in pass yards a game, 95th in rushing yards a game. That's mainly due to Rashad Amos playing pretty well this season, nearly rushing for 900 yards and 12 touchdowns. So keep an eye on him. He's going to need to have a huge game here in this matchup if the Redhawks want any chance of winning it. But once again, defensively especially, that's where Miami Ohio is going to have to shine. It's going to be tough for the Redhawks to score more than probably 20 points in this matchup, I would say. So the defense really needs to show up and play an excellent game if they want a chance here. And for App State, 20th in points per game, 79th in points allowed. So this defense has been a bit vulnerable, especially against the run. So that's the Redhawks' opportunity, is they got to really run the ball, and I'd imagine that's going to be pretty much all of the game plan for Miami, Ohio, is running the ball and hoping to find some openings and finding some success there. Because for App State, this is a high-powered offense. You look at Joey Aguilar, who's been excellent this season, 3,500 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, over 9 picks. He's had an excellent season for the Mountaineers, and this is the 21st ranked passing game in the country. And you can't forget about the rushing game, led by Nate Noel, who's rushed for over 800 yards this season. Your recent matchups, Miami, Ohio beat Toledo 23-14. And you can see down the stretch how this team did struggle at times offensively. Only put up 17 on Ball State, 23 on Buffalo, 19 on Akron. But in each of those matchups, the defense found a way, and they were dominant. Only allowed 25 points in those 3 matchups combined there to finish out the regular season. So, and this defense will have to show up in this matchup if they want a chance against a high-powered App State offense. But you look at the Mountaineers, they lost to Troy 23-49, obviously an ugly loss there, but they beat Georgia Southern 55-27, who's in a bowl game. James Madison, a team who, that one really stands out to me because James Madison had game day coming to town, the amount of hype going into that matchup, and obviously James Madison pushing to be a bowl eligible because they are still ineligible from their transfer from FCS to FBS. So, and obviously for James Madison, there's a good chance if they were eligible for bowl season altogether, they're already going to a bowl game, but if they were eligible for the New Year's Six, they would more than likely still be that team in that position instead of Liberty. But for James Madison, for App State, that was an incredible win there, going on the road to an environment where James Madison was obviously motivated. That was a huge win in overtime there for the Mountaineers. Also beat Georgia State 42-14. They're not a bad team either. So this team has really turned it on. Even the Marshall win 31-9. So, after a 3-4 start where things were looking pretty tough, this team has only gotten better down the stretch, and that's why this team is the favorite in this matchup. Your key points: Redhawks are 11-2, but obviously without their starting quarterback in Avon Smith, who's in the transfer portal. So it's on to the third-string quarterback in this matchup for Miami, Ohio, and I think that's a significant reason why App State is a favorite as much as they are in this matchup. And you consider for the Redhawks the way they already played down the stretch offensively, it was kind of a struggle. Scoring points could be even tougher in this matchup for Miami, Ohio, but it's truly the defense, though, that's going to need to show up for the Redhawks. If they win, it's because the defense plays an incredible game, and they find a way to keep App State probably under 20-25 points or so, because, for the Redhawks, even though App State is a team that can be a bit vulnerable defensively, it's going to be tough for the Redhawks to score more than, I would say, 20-25 points in this matchup, given the current state of the offense. So the defense needs to force turnovers if you're the Redhawks. Maybe if you can score a touchdown on special teams or defensively somewhere, that would go a long way for Miami, Ohio in this matchup. But for App State, obviously a really hot team down the stretch. They did lose to Troy pretty badly in the Sun Belt Championship, but otherwise really were dominant down the stretch, played some good football teams and were dominant. And obviously Joey Aguilar, he is underrated. I rarely hear of this guy, but he's a dangerous quarterback. He's thrown for over 3,500 yards this season, 33 touchdowns. Really impressive quarterback who, if he doesn't turn over the ball, he's a very dangerous quarterback that knows how to find a way to win. So, you consider the way this team started 3-4, obviously a bumpy start. They've won 5 of 6 since, and obviously their one loss came in their conference championship. You consider where this team was looking in late October. I don't think many were expecting at all that App State would find a way into the conference championship, but they found a way and they did it. So you got two teams in different situations. Miami, Ohio, obviously with a much better record, but without their second-string quarterback and offensively in an uncertain state. And App State, obviously a team that lost in their conference championship, but very much were dangerous down the stretch. So with that, let's get the prediction here for Miami, Ohio, and App State coming up here in the Cure Bowl. And in the end, I am going with the favorite. App State's going to win this matchup 23-17. I think we see a low-scoring game no matter what here. I think for App State, if they win, it's more likely to go over. If you think Miami, Ohio is going to win, I would take the under 100%. And really, honestly, in general, I would say this is one of the better unders of this bowl season. Pretty confident this game is going to turn out to be pretty low scoring. I think Miami, Ohio's defense is going to show up, play a halfway decent game, but when it comes down to it, App State's offense is really going to be challenging, and I do think they find a way to score 23. And in the end, the Redhawks offense finds a way to score 17, I think. But once again, when you're on your third-string quarterback, let alone your second-string quarterback, it's tough enough. And obviously down the stretch, it was kind of challenging for this offense. And so I think we see a 23-17 App State win here. I'm going to say 55% towards the Mountaineers. I'm also taking the under for sure, and App State to cover the spread in the end. But with that, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this matchup, your score predictions, all of that. My name's Evan. This is All Sports Central. Stay tuned for more from ASC. We'll catch you on the next one.